Good morning, gentlemen. Hey, I want to talk with you about something that I think is probably a little counterintuitive, but it will serve you well. It certainly served me well as I've implemented this principle. And the principle is the process of elimination. We live in a society, obviously, where we are so abundant, so prosperous, but at the same time, we're so overwhelmed and consumed with everything and all of the opportunities and everything that we can possibly think of and do. And this overwhelm has create a sense of stressfulness and inefficiency in our life. And what I would encourage you to do, and what I've been trying to do in my life, is not to consume more, but ultimately to consume less and get good with less and learn to say no and be effective there. And this principle applies to every facet of life that I can think of. If you think about nutrition, for example, yes, we all know that we need to put the right fuels and foods into our body, but the greater threat is the crap and the garbage that we're consuming and putting into our bodies. And you can run to the gas station and the convenience store, and everywhere you turn, somebody's selling you food. You can get fast food as quickly and easily as you ever could. And while it's convenient, of course, at times, it doesn't serve your nutrition goals well. If you're talking about exercising, how many programs and workouts and equipment and different types of movements could you possibly do when we know that the few core workouts supplemented with some other supplementary workouts is really what you need to do? You don't need everything. You need the select few, and that's going to help you be more efficient. Even in the movements itself, the goal is to isolate muscle groups. And when you isolate muscle groups, you're able to target those muscle groups, and it's much more effective in tearing down the muscle and then eventually building it back up. When it comes to work, I mean, you're led to believe that you need to take on every client, every consumer, every person that gives you any sort of time and attention. And what you end up doing is spreading out your assets, spreading out your resources. And then when a client or a potential client comes along that would end up being hyper profitable and you would do the best work for that individual or organization, you can't do it because you don't have the resources to do it. And of course, that's a problem. When it comes to your day-to-day activities, you're supposed to say yes to everything. And if you say no to anything, then, heaven forbid you do that, because then you're looked at as being, I don't know, lazy or lack motivation and ambition. Guys, you don't need to do it all. In fact, you shouldn't do it all. What I would encourage you to do is look at your life and inventory your day, inventory your activities, inventory your hobbies, even inventory the people in your life. I mean, the principle applies in social media as well. Everybody's so consumed with building their huge social media followings. I'm not immune to that. It's good to have those people following you, but if you have so many people following you that aren't the right type of people that are engaged with you, then again, you spend your energy and time and attention on individuals who aren't furthering your cause or moving the needle at all. So inventory your day. Take note of where you're spending your time, how you're spending your attention, how you're spending your energy. And instead of thinking about what you could say yes to and what opportunities you're lacking, I would encourage you to start checking things off the list, making lines right through those items that aren't enjoyable, that aren't profitable, that aren't moving the needle, they're not effective, they're not efficient, and essentially all they're doing is eating up your time, your resources, your energy, your attention, your money, and then get hyper focused on the things that are actually moving the needle. A resource I would suggest for you when it comes to this is Cal Newport has several books. The one that I want to recommend specifically is a book called Deep Work. Deep Work by Cal Newport. He goes into depth into why it's important that we strip and eliminate as much from our life as possible so that we can focus on the relatively few activities that are going to produce the best results for us. So I hope that helps. I hope that serves you. Don't get overwhelmed this week. I get a lot of messages from guys who feel stressed out and up to their eyeballs and activities and things they need to do, and they're not doing well mentally because they are so stressed out. And to those individuals, I would encourage you to stop saying yes to so much. Eliminate the things that you shouldn't be doing. We all know what they are. You just have to do it. And then move forward in confidence, knowing that you may be doing fewer things, but you're doing those fewer things much more effectively, much more efficiently, and overall creating better results. All right, hope that helps, guys. Catch you soon.